Charleston, South Carolina. What comes into view for legions of tourists is the genteel Old South. Live oaks stretch across parks. The historic Waterfront Battery welcomes visitors. It is picture perfect. But ask Arthur Lawrence, a U.S. veteran born and raised here. His Charleston is much different.
Always go through the back door. You had to drink from the black water fountain. And when you go to a restaurant, you were denied service.
Oh, the city has changed. Overt racism has given way to whispers. It's one of the reasons Jamila Gadsden had the talk with her 9-year-old son Carlin on what is expected of him in school.
My mom has told me, you have to work twice as hard as everyone else because you're black. I understand what she was saying, but I just didn't know why she was saying it.
Here in Marion Square, Carlin's grandmother, Blondell Gadsden, spent her entire life walking by a statue dedicated to John C. Calhoun, the 7th Vice President of the United States, a longtime U.S. Senator, and a staunch supporter of slavery, who called it a positive good.
We had to pass that statue, which was always a scary symbol for me. So most of the time when I passed by, I wouldn't even look in that direction.
In late June, under the glare of lights, crews gathered to remove the statue of Calhoun. Blondell, her daughter Jamila, and Carlin were among those on hand to watch.
We felt like this was history that we wanted to be a part of. We came here because my grandson wanted to see it come down.
And we stayed because he wanted to see
it
come down.
And we were here from 12:30 a.m. until 11:30 a.m.
Charleston city leaders voted unanimously to bring the statue down. It's part of a wave of action, a byproduct of the Black Lives Matter movement, protesting racism and police violence.
In many ways, the city of Charleston was built on the backs of slaves. With the statue gone, Gadsden will no longer have to worry about averting her eyes from Calhoun as she walks past Marion Square. However, she and her family will always carry emotional scars from hate-filled racial bigotry.
We have 9 victims in this heinous crime that has been committed.
A block from the square, 5 years ago, a white supremacist opened fire during a Wednesday evening Bible study at Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church, known as Mother Emanuel. As church trustee, Blondell Gadsden was supposed to be there, but a series of errands had her running late. Among the 9 people killed, Blondell's sister.
Myra.
Her first thought, I hope he's captured alive.
There was nothing we could do about what had already happened, but my concern was, how do we make sure this doesn't happen again somewhere else?
The killer said he hoped to start a race war. History is not hazy in this city. The first shot of the Civil War was fired from South Carolina, and the state was the first to split from the Union. There's a museum dedicated to a slave trading block where blacks were herded and sold, the last of its kind believed to be in the United States. State Representative Wendell Gilliard says it's time to create some new memories.
When you put something up over 80 feet high in the sky, you're not remembering that. There's a difference between the word remember and the word reverence.
And to those who say the United States is erasing its heritage,
you can honor your heritage, put it in a museum. Okay, put it in a Confederate park. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm hopeful that the movement will continue until we can see some equality and we can see racism eradicated.
And hopefully have everyone see the same thing when they pass through this historic southern city. Sean Caleb's, CGTN, Charleston, South Carolina.